Alright, today I want to talk about section 7.4, simplify sums and differences of single variable expressions. Now, the name is way longer than this section. In fact, I'm going to do this one really quick because I'm not a huge fan of the homework part of it because it's really simple. The thing that we want to talk about in this section again is like terms and combining those like terms. So just real quick, let's look at some examples of things we can combine and things we can't combine. So if I write 3 plus 4, I can of course combine both of those things because they're both in the same terms, and I can write that as 7. But if I have 3 plus 4x, I know this term to be 3 of something. This is only 4 times some unknown number, so I can't add them together. So as simple as I can get is really 3 plus 4x. That's kind of all that I've got. However, if I have 3x plus 4x, well, now I have 3 times an unknown number plus 4 times an unknown number, and the unknown number is the same in both cases because it's the same variable. So in this case, I can add them together, and I just add the coefficients. And the coefficients is the word that I use to describe the number in front of a variable. So I would just write this as 7x. Now, in this section, we're going to be just adding and subtracting. So it's kind of an easy setup. So basically, you're going to be looking for like terms, but in the homework, most of the terms already are like terms. So real quick, a couple of more difficult examples might eventually look like this, where I would say 3x plus 4 plus 6x plus 2. Okay, so now I'm going to need to use my commutative and associative properties to do some flipping around so that I can rewrite it as 3x plus 6x plus 4 plus 2, and then I can combine these like terms into 9x plus 6. Now, when you're doing this, you don't have to necessarily write all of these commutative and associative steps because we can do a lot of that in our head. But for this, we want to get to this end example that looks like this. Keep in mind a couple of interesting things that can happen is that if I write this 3x plus 7x squared, well, these suddenly become different terms. They're not similar. I actually can't add them because x is different than x squared. So for this one, all I can do to simplify it is nothing. I can write this as 3x plus 7x squared. The power of the variables need to match in order for me to combine them. All right, let's look at a subtracting again real quick. And then I'll pretty much send you off to start on the section. All right, say I have 12x minus 20x. So this is really the same problem as 12 minus 20. And I can just rewrite that simply as negative 8x. And of course, I can have negatives in this section because this is just going to mean the opposite of 8 times an unknown number. And that's pretty much all that we're going to be talking about and doing. All the examples for this section rely on adding like terms, and it looks like mostly they only put like terms together anyway, so it should be pretty easy. All right, go ahead and do it. Good luck.